Welcome back for test number 5 here in the FM23 Total Tactics testing series. Now, we are still without the full tester, and that will be released soon. It's undergoing its final build stages right now in the editor, so be on the lookout for that. If you want to be notified when that testing database is released, subscribe to the channel and join the Discord. I will be making a video on exactly how to use the database and the new features that are included this year, so make sure you sign up and subscribe to the channel, get those notifications, and join the Discord. You'll be able to download that database free of charge and start testing your tactics. All right, so far, we've been using Atalanta in Serie A with full season tests to test our tactics. That continues today, and we tackled a 4-2-3-1 build. And I made this choice because it is a tactic the AI plays a lot of, especially with double defensive midfielders. And so that's what we've done today, and let's take a look at the tactic. All right, so this is the tactic, and it is the 4-2-3-1 with double defensive midfielder. And one of the things that I went for in this tactic is something that would win the ball back from the opposition quickly. So it does have some pressing traps in the midfield and in the forward areas, trying to quickly win that ball back and transition into possession and hopefully goals. And we'll take a look at the results later to really see how it broke down in those regards. But let's take a look at the tactic. We have these advanced forwards right here, taking more risks, getting further forward with stock instructions. The pressing forward, again, stock instructions. And then we're playing an AP in the middle. And I haven't made any changes to the AP role, but there are options that you could go for, including marking tighter and tackling harder to ensure that the AP is getting more involved in the press as well. But I find with the inside forwards and the pressing forwards, shadow strikers have a little bit of a difficult time finding room to operate. If these were inverted wingers, shadow striker would be a fine choice. But for now, we're trying this AP role to kind of stay behind the the pressing forward, hopefully is powerful, and find those balls to the inside forwards, cutting in as well. So the Volante bringing in the late runs to the box in place of something like a BBM or a CM attack, and then the ball-winning midfielder on support, kind of roaming behind, winning balls back and creating those pressing traps as well in the midfield. Now, another thing that you'll see here is the stopper-cover combo, and something that I've heard a lot of complaints about is center-back decision-making. And I think playing stopper and cover has helped me a lot. And so one of the things is this ball-winning midfielder tends to drift left and right, chasing down players who are carrying the ball. So that means I'm telling my stopper to step up and intercept passes and be looking for opportunities to win the ball back. And that's because the AI is going to do it anyway. Those players and defenders have been stepping up a lot. So doing it with intent means he'll do it. This guy won't, because another center back already is stepping up. And then putting him on cover ensures that he is drifting towards the middle a little bit and kind of helping that stopper as they step up. And it's really shored up the defense. And I think you'll see that when we talk about the results. And these fullbacks on support as well, just once again, stock, just blank instructions, trying to give them the freedom to make the decisions they want to do. This is taking a while, but I think there's a lot of details in this tactic, despite not having player instructions, that I think are really interesting. We are also taking short kicks, but not specifying the defenders, and we're on regroup. Again, that is a way. Counter press is good for pressing high, right? But we want to make a trap between the ball-winning midfielder and Volante and those forward three midfielders. So we're trying to trap the ball in this area to go ahead and win the ball back. So because even though we're not playing high press, we are playing more often on the trigger press. Defensive line dropping off more often in this mid-block shape, and that is the tactic. But let's take a look at some of the highlights and the way this tactic scores goals before talking about the results. All right, so So this first highlight is all about the pass into space instruction with the mid block. So one of the things that you'll notice with mid block is that your opponent defensive line will be reasonably high, because if you're not pushing as high, they have to come upfield to meet you. And so that means that pass into space, especially into the channels, can find some openings if you have quick players on the outside. And this Atalanta team right now has Adamola Lookman on the wing, and so you'll see kind of what happens as this play develops. But it really does sort of highlight what pass into space is capable of. So here we go. Demiral is going to pass it to Coop Miners here, and then Coop Miners immediately sees that channel ball out wide to Lookman. He'll check it up because he's right-footed, and then he'll fire that ball across, and Duvan Zapata, the pressing forward, makes that run into the box. Now, as someone who's not an advanced forward, they're going to be a little bit deeper, and so that cutback cross was just inch perfect, and he slammed it home. But that play was created by pass into space. All right, on this highlight, once again, pass into space is going to come into play, and so is the mid block with the high line by the defense. And you'll see exactly how this happens. Goalkeeper distribution is going to be won by the defender, and the counterattack is going to be swift, and it's going to involve another ball passed into space with those defenders high up the pitch. So let's let Silvestri distribute the ball all the way here. Demiral wins a nice header to Darun, who plays it to Lookman, who finds the space. And look at that soft pass that dribbles to the top of the 18, and Zapata easily gets there first because of how high those defenders are. The goalie can't get there either, and that counterattack led to a goal for Zapata in the tactic. All right, last time I'll harp on this, but it really is the way that this tactic scores goals. Here's the game against Juventus, and Juventus has tried a through ball here to Maria on the wing, but because we're playing support fullbacks with no instructions to get forward, our fullback Joachim Mele does a great job just getting back to this ball first and then restarting the passing play. So we'll go ahead and push play and kind of watch what happens here. But Mele to Toloy to Coop Miners. Pasalic here up to Lookman. Now, once again, I'm going to pause it here and look at this. We've been in possession 4 or 5 passes out of the back right now, but look at how high their line is right now. And their fullback, DeSiglio, has come up to press Lookman. So Lookman is not looking to take a risk here. Instead, he passes it back to the fullback, and then watch what happens. I mean, the space in behind is just massive, and it's how this tactic scores goals. Mele right away isn't looking for the overlap. He's not looking to get forward. We're not playing him on attack. Instead, he just plays the ball into space up the channel, lets Lookman do the rest, and it's another goal. And it's just how this tactic likes to score, and it's something that I quite enjoy about it because it really creates a defensive foundation that so far in the tactics that I've made is unparalleled. And let's look at the numbers on that because I think you'll be surprised. All right, so here's your first look at the results. Atalanta did win Serie A with 86 points and a goal difference of 49. Pretty impressive when you look at it just from here without seeing any of the peripherals. Also, Duvan Zapata scored 28 goals and was second in the Serie A with the goal-scoring total, and very, very impressive season for him. And if you're noticing down there, Juan Musso had 22 shutouts. That's more than half the games in Serie A. So what did that mean for the team when we look at the more detailed results? And you'll see here, scoring 66 goals, right on pace with Milan and Lazio and Napoli, but conceding 17 goals, which is an extremely low number, something that I'm really proud of. This tactic is set up perfectly to defend a lot of the systems, at least in Serie A, and I hope to run this tactic again through the Total Tactics tester as well. 86 points, winning the last 5 games, and only conceding 17 is a result that should make you take pause and really think about downloading this tactic. And where can you do that? Once again, you can download it from our Discord Discord server. The link is in the description of the video. All the tactics are always available for download there, as well as a link to a Dropbox folder with all of the tactics and additional resources for Football Manager 23. So get involved and get your hands on that content. If you want additional content like secret tactics, tactics reviews, potential backstage drafting as well, join the Patreon as well. There's a link to my Patreon in the description. Thank you again to Ultre and Mate Benchik as well for becoming the first 2 Patreons of the channel, and I'd love for you to join them as well. Make sure you get involved. I will see you next time with a tactic next week, and hopefully it's on the full tester. If not, though, Atalanta will ride again. And signing off for now. Bye.